Hello, 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 and welcome to my channel. It has been a minute. Well, not for you guys, but it's been a minute for me. I pre-filmed a bunch of videos, so like the last every video you've seen since Milrose has been a pre-filmed video. So it's been a minute since I've sat down and recorded, and honestly, it's just because there's so many little things that have been going on, both in my life and in the world of track and field. And a lot of them have just been like, I don't know if I want to make a video of that, or I don't know if I want to dedicate a whole video to that. So today we're just going to be going through like a rundown of like the past couple weeks in track and field. We're just going to be catching up. I'm going to be sharing some context, some thoughts, and yeah. So if you've been living in a cave for the past couple of weeks and you have no idea what's been going on in the world of professional track and field, I am here to catch y'all up. The thing that made me want to record this was Keely Hodgkinson, her third fastest all time in the indoor 800. She ran 1:56.33. And it was kind of a weird situation. It was at the British indoor trials or indoor championships, but it was in like the qualifying heats. She had to run at the British championships in order to be selected for the world team. So she only ended up running in the qualifier. She said beforehand, I'm just running in the qualifier. I'm not running in the final. And she delivered the third fastest indoor time we've ever seen and a British national record. She said that ahead of time. She is supposedly attempting the world record any day now, or at some point coming up. Maybe she already will have by the time this video comes out, but she is supposedly going to be attempting the world record very, very soon, and she looks in amazing form. She looked easy for 1:56, so like that's absolutely insane. A lot of people were saying she's saying Femke Bol, come and get me, which actually that's another topic. Femke Bol has officially ended her indoor season after foot injury, but I'll just throw that in there. But yeah, this run from Keely Hodgkinson was absolutely amazing. Obviously completely on her own. No pacemakers, no pace lights, no nothing. And honestly, I loved it. It was kind of like a blast from the past for me. I like pacers and I like pace lights, but every once in a while it's nice to just see an athlete go out and see what they can do and test their limits all by themselves and just see how fast they can run. So yeah, and to anyone who wasn't sure, like, wait, this doesn't make any sense, she ran this in qualifying, then she didn't run the final, it's because you have to run in every country has their own selection process for like worlds. So in Great Britain, where Keely Hodgkinson is from, you have to run at the British trials or the British championships in order to be eligible to make the world indoors team. So she ran in the qualifier because that would allow her to be selected for the team, because it's not like the US where it's just like the top 3 there who are going to represent. The British athletics will pick based on who has the most pedigree, and they will usually favor, obviously, like world championships and people with the class of Keely Hodgkinson over anyone else. But she had to run there to become eligible for that process, but she didn't want to put 2 races in her legs because it sounds like she has a pretty busy schedule coming up, and she is going to be attempting that world record. So if anyone was confused as to why she did that, that is the reason why she did that. Also, we had the youngest person ever to break 3:50 in the mile. And guys, take one guess. It's Sam Ruth. We all know it's Sam Ruth. 16 years old. And you know, every once in a while I feel accomplished about my little track and field accomplishments, and then people come out and run 3:50s at the age of 16, and I'm just like, okay, I need to like lock in, because what am I doing? This allowed him to also break the New Zealand record that was held by John Walker, which was set in 1982. This was an indoor race, but the Oceania records are kind of weird because they don't usually have indoor, so they're like kind of just combined. And this was at the BU Terrier Classic, of course. All the fast times happen at BU, and like literally he ran 3:48.88. So he destroyed that record by like 2/2 of a second. There we go. I cannot do math. Over some other actually pretty good competition. But the Terrier Classic is always fun. And we also saw another really impressive run. This was not at the Terrier Classic. This was at the Sound Invitational, which is honestly one of my favorite indoor meets. I always think the fields assembled are really interesting. They're not always the strongest, but they're always interesting. There's always some intrigue at the Sound Invite, if you know what I mean. And Cole Hawker, guys, 3:45.94, American record and number 2 ever. Jakob Ingebrigtsen will still hold that record. He actually holds it by like almost a whole second. It's like 0.8 of a second. So not particularly close, but like closer than anyone has been before. Kind of destroyed Jared Nugus's old American record, which was the world record for like a week until Ingebrigtsen ran that time. Remember that? Remember last January? That was a crazy time to be alive, guys. And this was just such a good race. It was also kind of one of those races. He did have some pacing, he did have some assistance, but it was one of those races that just, especially at the end, felt super old-timey. I think because he really just obliterated the pack, and it was such an impressive run. I love to watch Cole Hawker run, although I do have to say, like, I would rather watch him race than watch him run for time, because he's such an interesting person to watch, like, actually race. But I think anytime we get to watch someone that good, we should just be so grateful, because it's poetry in motion. It's so good. And I loved every second of it, to be completely honest with you. Honestly, there's been so much happening that it's like very hard to pick some general notes that I think are interesting. The women's world indoor pole vault standard seems to be super high, because the men's, quite a few men have gotten over it, but literally hardly any women have gotten over it at this point in time. Like, there's way more men over than women, because usually they'll take fields of 12, but like they're definitely not going to get 12 over the qualifying standard, in my opinion, because like there's hardly anyone who has gotten it. In addition, on the sprinting side, Julian Alfred has been lighting things up. 6.99 seconds for a world lead at the Tyson Invitational, against like not a ton of competition. I have the race like replay right here. Like, she got out well, but like she definitely had some people with her. There was actually a pretty good lineup for the sprints at Tyson Invitational. It was interesting to watch. But 6:99, bringing it under 7 seconds for the first time this year, that is going to be super interesting. I couldn't find if she is planning to run at World Indoors. Usually, I don't think we've ever seen her do that, but who knows? It would definitely be interesting. Either way, regardless, it is going to be interesting, especially because Dina Asher-Smith has also been looking very strong this year. Not quite on the same level time-wise, but she looked really, really good at the British Champs, beating out Amy Hunt, which Amy Hunt has looked amazing. Her drive phase has looked so good in the 60. Obviously, we know her from that 200 silver at the World Champs last year, but her drive phase has been looking so good recently. Her starts are just like not 60-meter starts, but if she gets a good start off, like, I feel like she's going to be amazing in the 60-meter. Also, there's like, here's the thing. The more track and field grows, the more drama there's going to be. There has been a lot of drama over the past couple of weeks with some athletes that we don't need to mention, because it's drama and it's icky and sticky. Do you guys remember when I took about 17 business years to make a video about Grand Slam, because I don't really like to talk about like nitty-gritty icky drama. Like, I like to talk about people running fast. I don't like to talk about the drama. I don't know. Me personally, I don't like to talk about it. Do I like to watch other people talk about it? Yes. Yes, I do. But I don't necessarily like to talk about it. There's some controversial figures in track and field, I won't lie to you. And I don't really want to talk about them, but I know that sometimes some people will be like, well, why did you not talk about this person doing this? And why did you not talk about this that happened? And I'm like, because I don't like to talk about the drama for the most part. Sometimes I will. Usually though, I'm just, I don't know. I'm just not a fan. Anyways, guys, I think that is like the main things that I wanted to cover for the main events, the main headlines, the main stories for the last few weeks in track and field. Let me know if there's anything I missed, because there's truly been so much going on that it's kind of hard to follow. And like me personally, I like to watch the big meets, but I also like to watch the like world indoor tour, like gold, silver, bronze, and even sometimes the challenger meets. I just like to watch whatever's on, to be honest. Like I'll go on YouTube and just find something and put it on. So let me know if I missed anything, and let me know what you think about these really impressive times that we're seeing. Let me know what effect you think such a fast indoor season is going to have on the rest of the season, even though it's not a championship year, although there is that like ultimate championships, like it's weird. It's a weird year. And do you think that the fact that there's no major championships has contributed to the fact that we're seeing so many more super fast times and quite a few records and things of that nature? Let me know in the comments down below. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see y'all later. Bye!